There comes a time in every great soul's journey when the night seems the darkest, the weight the heaviest, and the road the loneliest. It is in that very moment, when you feel nearly broken, that the infinite intelligence of the universe, which some call God, is closer than you have ever known. He is not punishing you. No, my friends, he is testing you, polishing you, preparing you for the blessing your heart has long cried out for. You must understand this eternal truth. Every grand blessing is first preceded by a sacred test. The moment you declare a mighty desire, the heavens set into motion a plan not merely to deliver it, but to make you worthy of it. A man cannot ask for riches, for love, for triumph, without being refined into the kind of person who can carry such treasures with honor. When hardships multiply and discouragements gather around you like a storm, recognize the signal. It is the final exam before the reward. It is God whispering, "Are you ready to stand in the fullness of what you have asked for? Will you persist when every outer sign seems to betray you? Will you trust when there is no evidence, save the burning vision within your heart?" Most men quit in this hour. They walk away on the very threshold of victory. They surrender their dreams just when heaven is stretching out its hand. But you must not be that man. You must steel yourself with the unshakable belief that your test is a sign, a sacred announcement that your blessing is near. Hold the picture of your dream firmly in your mind. See it, feel it, know it as if it were already so. When doubt comes, laugh at it. When fear creeps in, chase it away with faith. When weariness begs you to rest, rise and move one more step. For every step taken in the darkness is a testimony of the Spirit. And the Spirit, my friends, is the seat of all true success. The secret of the ages is this: life's greatest treasures are hidden behind life's greatest trials. God's tests are not barriers, but invitations to become greater, to receive more, to live more abundantly than you have ever dared imagine. So when you feel the weight grow heavier, when the struggle intensifies, rejoice. For it is then that you are closest to your breakthrough, nearer than you have ever been to the life you were born to live. Every great blessing is preceded by a sacred test of faith and persistence. Trials are not barriers but invitations to rise into the person worthy of the dream. Every great blessing is preceded by a sacred test of faith and persistence. This is not merely a poetic idea, but a profound law woven into the fabric of life itself. Whenever a man or woman sets their sights on a higher vision, whenever a soul dares to ask for more from life, life in turn asks more of them. It does not give away its treasures cheaply. The universe, governed by divine intelligence, demands proof of readiness, demands demonstration of character, before it entrusts its blessings into human hands. Consider for a moment a farmer who sows seeds into the soil. He cannot simply toss them to the ground and demand a harvest the next day. No, first he must break the soil, sweat under the sun, labor patiently through the seasons, and believe, even when no green sprout is yet visible, that the harvest is coming. So it is with every dream and desire planted within the human heart. You have asked for something magnificent. Therefore, you must prove that you can bear it. You must show that you can hold onto the vision when every external circumstance seems to scream against it. The test often comes silently, without warning. It creeps into your life as obstacles, delays, betrayals, losses, and discouragements. Doors you thought would open swing shut. Friends you counted on vanish. Opportunities dissolve. You find yourself walking through a valley of doubt, where it would be so easy to abandon your dream and accept a lesser life. But the wise man sees through the illusion. He understands that these trials are not signs of failure, but signs of approaching success. They are signals that the universe is preparing to answer your call, if you will only endure a little longer. Faith is not proven when the sun is shining and the winds are favorable. Faith is proven in the storm, when you cannot see the shore, and yet you continue to row. Faith is proven when your hands are bleeding, your knees are trembling, and yet your heart whispers, "I will not give up." Persistence is not the stubbornness of a fool, but the hallmark of a man who knows that invisible forces are at work even when visible evidence is absent. It is easy to persist when success seems certain. It is greatness to persist when success seems impossible. Every man who has ever achieved anything of value has faced this sacred test. Study the lives of the great, and you will find the same pattern repeated again and again. The great inventors, the towering leaders, the immortal artists all were first broken, stretched, tested beyond their natural limits. They suffered defeats that would have shattered lesser men. They endured scorn, ridicule, poverty, and loneliness. But they held on to their vision, and through that endurance they were transformed. They became larger than they were. They became the kind of souls who could not only receive a blessing, but magnify it for the world. The blessing you seek is not a random accident. It is not a matter of luck or chance. It is a direct response to the energy and faith you invest. When you are tested, it is because you are standing at the gateway of your higher destiny. God does not test you to destroy you, but to reveal you to you. He strips away your doubts, your fears, your limitations, until all that remains is the pure gold of your spirit. And with that purified spirit, you are fit to receive what you asked for and more. Many faint at the edge of their breakthrough. They see the darkness thickening and believe it to be a sign that they have been forsaken. They turn back, surrendering their dreams just when victory was a few steps ahead. This is the tragedy of countless lives, that they did not recognize the test for what it was. They mistook it for a curse instead of a blessing in disguise. They abandoned the climb just before the summit broke through the clouds. But you, who understand this law, must not make the same mistake. When you feel the burden grow heavier, when the struggle becomes more intense, take it as proof that you are nearer to your blessing than ever before. Your persistence, in the face of all discouragement, is the final key that unlocks the treasure chest. Your faith, unwavering even in the midnight hour, calls forth forces unseen and unimaginable. You may be tired. You may be wounded. You may have heard every whisper of doubt that your mind can conjure. Still, you must press forward, for there is a law older than the mountains, deeper than the seas. The man who refuses to quit will ultimately win. The man who clings to his vision through the trial will one day walk in the reality he once only dreamed. Understand this. The blessing is already yours. It exists now, in the unseen realm, waiting for you to match it in spirit before it descends into the material world. Your test is not to create the blessing, it is already created. Your test is to become the man or woman who can carry it with honor, who will not squander it, who will use it to uplift not only yourself, but others. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. Do not curse the trials that are shaping you. Do not shrink back when the fires of testing grow hotter. Know that every moment you persist, every time you choose faith over fear, you are forging within yourself the vessel capable of holding the greatness you have asked for. Greatness does not come to those who merely wish for it. It comes to those who are willing to pay the price in faith and persistence. It comes to those who will stand their ground when everything seems to be falling apart. It comes to those who, even when trembling, declare, "I will not surrender my dream. I will not bow to fear. I will not turn back." The blessing you seek is grand, and therefore the test must be grand as well. The greater the blessing, the more thorough the preparation. The heavier the crown, the stronger the neck required to bear it. Every trial you face is evidence that God considers you worthy of such a blessing, that He sees in you the seed of greatness. Welcome the test. Embrace it as a sacred rite of passage. Know that it is proof, not of your failure, but of your readiness. And when you have passed through it, when you have refused to quit, refused to doubt, refused to surrender, you will find yourself standing in a new world, one fashioned by your own faith, your own persistence, and the mighty favor of God Himself. Trials are not barriers, but invitations to rise into the person worthy of the dream. This is a truth that, when understood, holds the power to transform every struggle into a stepping stone toward greatness. Life does not conspire against you. Rather, the challenges you face are not the end of your journey, but the beginning of a deeper one. They are, in essence, an invitation to become the person you are meant to be, to elevate yourself to the level of the dreams you hold in your heart. When you set your sights on a goal that is truly significant, something that stirs your soul and makes your heart race, the path to its achievement will be anything but smooth. This is not a flaw in the system. It is not a flaw in you, it is the way the universe operates. The road is meant to be rugged and filled with challenges because you, as a soul, are being refined in the process. You are being prepared for what you seek, so that when it arrives you can handle it, appreciate it, and make the most of it. Often, in the midst of our trials, we begin to believe that something has gone wrong. We start to question our worth, our abilities, and our worthiness to receive what we desire. But this is exactly the moment when we must shift our perspective. Instead of viewing difficulties as signs of failure, we must see them as invitations to grow stronger, to develop qualities within ourselves that we might not have otherwise discovered. These trials are not punishments. They are not random occurrences that have no meaning. They are, in fact, part of a divine process designed specifically to prepare us for the gifts we have called into our lives. The obstacles we face are mirrors, showing us our weaknesses, fears, and doubts. These are the areas where we must grow. These are the very parts of ourselves that are limiting our capacity to receive the blessings we seek. The universe knows that we are capable of achieving greatness, but we must first clear away the mental and emotional clutter that keeps us from realizing our potential. We must grow into the person who is capable of holding the treasure we desire. Take, for instance, the example of an athlete training for the Olympics. The road to victory is not easy. It is filled with grueling workouts, sacrifice, and moments of self-doubt. But the athlete knows that the pain, the exhaustion, and the struggle are all part of the process. They are being forged into someone who can stand on the podium, someone who can receive the gold medal and wear it with pride. Without the challenges along the way, they would not have the strength to succeed. The same is true for you and your dreams. The challenges you face are not obstacles to your success. They are the necessary steps that will enable you to become the person who can handle the success you are destined for. Every challenge, every moment of hardship, presents an opportunity to build resilience, wisdom, and fortitude. The moments that feel like setbacks are, in fact, growth opportunities. They ask you to rise above your current level of being. They ask you to elevate yourself to a new standard, one that is worthy of the life you seek. Every time you persist in the face of difficulty, you are stretching yourself, expanding your abilities, and becoming a more powerful version of yourself. These trials are not meant to break you, but to shape you, to help you become the kind of person who can carry the weight of your dreams and use them to create something meaningful in the world. When you look at the challenges in your life through this lens, you begin to see them differently. You stop fearing them, and you start to welcome them. You understand that they are part of the divine design, and that they are preparing you for something greater. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstance, but as an active participant in your own evolution. You recognize that the person you are becoming is being molded by the experiences you are going through, and in that recognition, you find the strength to move forward, even when the road gets tough. The key to unlocking your greatest potential lies in your response to adversity. It is easy to be positive when things are going well, when everything is falling into place, but it is in the moments of difficulty that your true character is revealed. Do you have the courage to keep going when everything around you seems to be falling apart? Do you have the faith to keep believing in yourself when the evidence suggests otherwise? Do you have the determination to stay the course when every part of you wants to quit? Your response to adversity is what will determine the outcome of your journey. If you rise to the challenge, if you view each obstacle as an invitation to become more than you are, you will find that the universe will conspire in your favor. But if you retreat, if you allow the challenges to break your spirit, you will remain stuck in the same place, unable to move forward. The trials are not the enemy. They are the key to unlocking your greatest potential. And when you see them for what they truly are, invitations to rise, you will find the strength to overcome them. This is the nature of the law of attraction, the idea that what you focus on expands. If you focus on the obstacles, on the difficulties, and on the challenges, you will attract more of the same. But if you focus on the invitation within the obstacle, on the opportunity for growth, you will attract the resources, the ideas, and the strength you need to overcome it. It is not the circumstances that determine your success, but your response to them. And when you choose to see every challenge as an invitation to become more, you begin to attract the very blessings you have been seeking. Consider the metaphor of a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. The struggle of breaking free from the cocoon is not something the butterfly can avoid. It is a necessary part of the process. Without the struggle, the butterfly would not have the strength to fly. It is in the struggle that it gains the strength and resilience needed to soar. The same is true for you. The trials and difficulties you face are not here to defeat you. They are here to help you spread your wings. They are the trials that shape you into the person you need to become in order to rise to the heights of your potential. When you see challenges as invitations, you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator, a powerful force capable of shaping your own destiny. You begin to recognize that each challenge is an opportunity to refine your character, to deepen your faith, to strengthen your resolve. The obstacles you face are not the end of the road, but the beginning of your transformation. They are the catalysts that push you to become the best version of yourself, the person who is worthy of receiving the life you desire. So, when life presents its challenges, when the road gets rocky, remember this truth. Trials are not barriers, but invitations to rise into the person worthy of the dream. These trials are not obstacles to your success. They are the very things that will make you successful. They are the forge in which your true character is being shaped. They are the invitations to become more than you ever imagined, to rise to the occasion and become the person capable of achieving the dreams you have set for yourself. And when you answer that invitation, when you rise to the challenge, you will find that the universe will meet you halfway, and you will be ready to receive the blessings you have worked so hard to deserve. In the end, every trial, every challenge, and every moment of struggle is not a sign that you are being denied your dreams, but rather a sacred invitation to evolve into the person capable of holding and multiplying the blessings you seek. The obstacles you face are not roadblocks, but the very tools that will sharpen your character, strengthen your resolve, and prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. By embracing these trials, by seeing them as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks, you align yourself with the divine flow of life. It is not the absence of difficulty that marks the path to success, but your unwavering ability to rise, to persist, and to believe in the worthiness of your dreams. When you look at your challenges as invitations to become greater, you open the door to your true potential. The universe will not give you more than you can bear, but it will give you exactly what you need to become the person who is ready to receive the life you desire. So, embrace each trial with faith, each challenge with courage, and each moment of doubt with unshakable belief in the vision within your heart. Because the moment you see obstacles as invitations to rise, you will not only conquer them, but you will become the very embodiment of the dream you once only hoped for. And in that transformation, you will discover that the blessings you've long sought were always within reach, waiting for you to grow into the person who was worthy of them.